welcome to What It's Like Meet the Press, if by press you mean grand jury. Let's get a preview of tonight's show from Keith Statenfield in our newsroom. Keith, what do we have in store for tonight's show?
Jim, tonight, the first story. Men, is the reason you keep striking out having less to do with your unattractiveness and more to do with your inability to use a conjunctive properly? Secondly, Twitter's been hugely popular, but no one knows why. Finally, we have some useful information from the Legion of Tweeters. Third, let's add another reason I need to grimace whenever I read a status update from someone on Facebook. Fair number of those updates came from people seated in the loo. Lastly, is there an ancient Chinese secret to avoiding traffic jams? Apparently not, but they have found a way to make them less troublesome. Back to you, Jim.
Thanks a lot, Keith. All right, let's meet our guest, starting with the person sitting opposite from me. She's writer and member of the comedy troupe Suburban Squirrels, Teresa Condon. She's so hot, she's not allowed to pump her own gas. Next to her, it's former Starbucks and Pete's barista and midget cage fighter James Hill. If subtle wit was the oh my god, I cannot believe it. Were the SATs, teenagers would take him multiple times and brag about their score. Sitting in the middle chair and making her first appearance on the show, it's Renaissance woman Emily Nishihira. She's so adorable, babies play with little dolls with her. Finally, next to me, it's salesman extraordinaire Scott Birch. If sarcasm was the Super Bowl, football players would consider it an honor just to be in him. Issue number 1. Can you conjugate, predict how successfully you'll relate? Can you find your soulmate by seeing how he dictates? A new study in the Journal of Psychological Science finds that people who speak in similar styles are more compatible. The study focused on words called function words. For those of you too far removed from grammar school, those are words other than nouns and verbs. They're the words that show how nouns and verbs relate to each other. Examples are pronouns, conjunctions, prepositions, interjections, expletives, and articles. Researchers examined conversations from speed dates and online chats and found that couples whose language styles matched were 4 times as likely to want future contact than those pairs whose styles were out of sync. But here's some footage of the research. You know, they were going to be the panel on the Lost episode of the Skype-only show. But anyway, Teresa, I'm going to go to you first. Are you buying this?
Yes, I think this makes a lot of sense. It's really useful when couples are developing their really irritating cutesy couple speak. You know, where they finish each other's sentences, and baby talk, that type of thing. So, yes, I'm buying this.
Okay. Yeah, did you actually know what a function word was?
I did not.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now you'll know?
Yes, now I'll know.
All right. How about you, James? You buying this?
I still don't know what a function word is, but
anything that's not a verb or a noun.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Well, it was pretty enlightening to hear about this study, though. I went out and got on video dating, and on my clip, I was just umming and ahhing and see if anything happens.
And did that work did that pick you up a deaf mute woman?
Well, I'll let you know, but I'm hoping.
Okay. Emily, you buying this?
I have a question.
Okay.
So is it face-to-face that we're communicating, or is it online like I am? Because when I am, I can't even understand what the other person's talking about. So I guess in that sense.
This is why you have to read the stories before the show. Because remember, they did 2 experiments. One was speed dating, and then the other one was online chat. So you got both, belt and suspenders, unlike how we do the show. But anyway, so there you go.
So I would have to agree, because if I can't understand you, then the date ends right there.
Well, yes. Well, does that necessarily, because for some couples, even if they don't understand each other, that doesn't necessarily stop them, right?
I guess if they were amorous wanted something else afterwards, maybe they will continue, but...
Good looks or a thick wallet can overcome anything, right?
Plastic walleye.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Good looks.
Keywords.
Yeah.
Scott, you buying this?
I am buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm of two minds. I remember a long time ago when I tried to go to a speed dating thing and I tried to use my great functional words, and next thing I know, I got kicked in my dangling participle. But that be that as it may, I will say that maybe you can use it as a gauge as to how hot someone is. If she's really hot and you're just looking for something short-term kind of fling thing, those who speaks nothing but LOLs and sad faces. Maybe you want to take her home as opposed to having some some deep, meaningful conversation.
So you have been edited out.
Oh, come on! I'm definitely on the cutting room floor.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
Well, you're no longer on the bestseller list, but that's okay. You're no longer for sale. That's right.
Oh, well, no, I'm more in the $3 books at Barnes and Noble kind of thing.
Ah, there you go. All right, I'm going to throw this out to you. Since most of you guys seem to buy it, how would you explain those couples? Let's say the guy who dates the foreign woman from Asia, or the American woman that dates that European guy.
Well, I actually am one of the women who dates a European guy. I think it's the accent. Functional words are just not that important when they have an adorable accent.
I thought it was that they don't bathe. I thought that's why you didn't like them. I thought it was a non-bathing fetish is why you were into European guys.
Just not as often.
Oh,
Yeah.
Or with water.
oh, gotcha. You just delouse them? Throw the big...
Delouse.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I stand corrected.
Now, Scott, when you were dating, most of your communication with women seemed to be done via legal pleadings and restraining orders. Is that how you ended up marrying a lawyer?
Actually, yeah. And then I realized, I was dating a beautiful woman once all the mace finally wore off in my eyes. So, it worked out okay. I was blinded by mace. Next thing I know, I'm married to someone, and it worked out just fine.
So, but then why don't you speak in legal jargon?
I don't speak in legal jargon, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I don't speak in legal jargon is that I don't understand it and I'm too dumb.
Oh, okay. I'll throw this out to the group. How do you think mimes hook up?
Interpretive dance.
Yeah.
Do their mimes mirror each other?
Well, no, they can do they can kind of do a reverse of Lady and the Tramp, and they can do the rope. You know what I mean? They can pull each other towards each other with the mimed rope. That's pretty. But the good thing is, if you don't want to talk, all you just go, I'm not talking to you right now.
Talk to the hand.
I think it's all talk to the hand.
Well, you can't really say talk to my hands. It's just,
You have to overcome the wall.
Yeah. Well, just you can't talk.
All right. Okay. Let's go to issue number 2. Where are the bleeps in the tweets? Where do folks swear in the Twitter's air? In the latest issue of Cartographic Perspectives, love their centerfolds, by the way, Daniel Huffman maps out where in the U.S. more people use profanity when posting on Facebook and Twitter. He went through a sample of 1.5 million geocoded tweets from March to April of 2010. Talk about someone with too much time on their hands. Turns out that Atlanta, Memphis, San Francisco, Seattle, and parts of Virginia and Kentucky have the most foul-fingered texters, while Cincinnati, Salt Lake City, Minneapolis, and Maine have the clean hands and mouths. For more, we turn to the Turtle of Tiburon. TT, what do you have to say about this? Wow, that is one angry turtle. Okay, James, I'm going to start with you. You buying this?
That San Francisco has a high level of insults. Yeah, I pretty much can buy this, given where I live and all the obscenities that are flung about whenever I cross the street.
Okay.
So they don't have crosswalks. Okay, I'm sorry.
What about you, Emily?
I would agree to some extent. For San Francisco, definitely. I have gone up to San Francisco, and parking is horrendous. I swear up and down.
But then do you tweet it?
I actually don't get that far. I'm just really upset, and then I turn around and I go home.
Well, yes, but but the point is did you post it on Twitter or Facebook?
I actually don't post it on Twitter.
Okay.
But Facebook, yes.
Teresa, I'm going to go to you next. You buying this?
True story. I know this girl who her Facebook statuses are constantly complaining about things. She's a pretty foul-mouthed person. There's nothing good in her world. And she actually commented one time that she saves the worst stuff for Twitter. And I was like, really? Honestly? I'm not going to follow you.
Well, does she post Twitter through her cell phone or mobile smartphone as opposed to on a computer?
Yeah.
Then does she have a cell phone that has actually a keyboard with characters on, or does she just text it with a number pad? If you know.
I think it's the Alt button she has on her phone. She has Alt and then just all little characters.
Oh,
She just
so
has that constantly pressed down.
Oh, so she actually
character
she actually
yeah.
Twitters the actual characters as opposed to just spelling out the word.
Yeah, it just saves time.
Oh, okay.
Makes for prettier tweets.
All right, Scott. I'm going to ask you, what do you think they're twittering about in the parts of Kentucky and Virginia?
Well, I don't know. I think it's somewhere along the lines of, boy, I think you got a pretty mouth. I think that's probably where a lot of that starts. But no, ultimately what I would say is, I Twitter and I curse when I tweet. And I think that what a lot of people understand is that the tweets are actually saved in the Library of Congress, I believe. Oh. So I essentially get my F-bombs and my mother effers, sealed for posterity.
Oh, okay.
And,
So basically, you're kind of swearing at the government at that point, then.
No.
No, that's good.
No, I wouldn't do that. Are you crazy?
Not you.
But no, I would say, it's framed for posterity. It's held up, and everyone can see. So later on down the line, when they want to see my annals of wisdom, they can look at.
They see your what of wisdom?
Annals.
Oh,
easy killer. They can see it and look at it, and The one thing about Twitter is that Twitter, I think, is very. You get right to it real quick. You can just knock out a tweet. Like Facebook, you got to sign in. You got to, it's a little bit more of a hassle. But Twitter is more like it's a wherever. And the great thing is, like, no one's putting anything on your Twitter account. Like, don't put anything on my wall. There's no walls.
Now, when you first heard this story, when you heard we were talking about profanity on Twitter, for some reason, you whipped out a pair of handcuffs and jar of mayonnaise. Can you tell us why?
Well, yeah, I mean, because cursing, that kind of, it might make you horny, right? I mean, right? That's what your dad said, right?
No.
Oh, no? Okay. Oh, I was just curious.
No, not in reference to you, Scott. Don't worry. Don't take that personally. Don't take rejection personally.
No, I like being rejected.
You like being rejected?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are dogs and cats great pets or delicious snacks? Emily discusses the issue in her new book, Cooking at the Pound, after our next break. And that's where I hid all the drug money. Oh, sorry. Back to me. Issue 3. Should you Facebook post while in the baños? And if you're peeing, should you be tweeting? A survey from AIS Media finds that 27% of people who use Facebook in the bathroom, women are more likely to do so than men by a ratio of 55 to 45%. The study concludes that the proliferation of consumer social media usage and the strong need to stay connected is driving this phenomenon. So, make sure you wash your hands after using someone else's smartphone. For more, we turn to our social media correspondent, Ignacio Iguana. Iggy, your thoughts?
Aww.
okay.
And that's why Iggy is never, ever allowed to use my bathroom. All right, let's see. Scott, I'm going to start with you here. 27% seem too high or too low for you?
Way too low.
Yeah?
Way too low. People are lying. People are lying. People don't take newspapers to the bathroom anymore, dude. People don't. People say, "Oh, I got my phone. I'm good." And women, yeah, I expect them because they spend all day in there.
Okay, but you don't know what they do in there, do you?
Unfortunately, no. But
Not since they took the camera away, right?
yeah, that actually was one of the reasons why I needed the legal services of my now wife. Thank you. No, but I think that
YouTube. Just do a search.
So I think it's probably too low. I think people are just embarrassed. Like, I don't want to talk about that on Twitter when I go to the bathroom, or that I post on my Facebook page. People are, but the reality is people do it. I've heard people in there, like, I've heard like IMs going off. I've heard like things going back and forth. I hear the little tap 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 of the smartphone buttons. You actually hear more of that business than you do the other business.
All right, Teresa, are you buying this?
I think that sounds about right. I would never do it myself, but I agree.
Ooh, yes.
It is pretty disgusting. I certainly agree that a lot of people have this very strong urge to feel connected all the time. Maybe they just want some peace and quiet so they can Twitter in peace.
Okay.
That's why they go to the bathroom.
All right, but what do you do
As
when you're
Scott
sitting on the
suggested.
can then?
I'm busy. I'm not using my phone.
That's a bit personal.
But what else are you doing? What are you busy with other than the business?
Well, the bathrooms are used for typically one thing and one thing only, and that's
Teresa's like a
you go
thinking
in,
man.
you do your business, and you come right back out, and then you get right back on your phone.
Emily, 27%, too high or too low?
I think it's a little too low. I've seen the lines in the women's bathroom. It's forever. You're not going to get in there. So you should be productive and do something with your time while you're waiting.
Okay, all right. James, since I'm assuming, but too high or too low for you?
I don't know, but can we wrap this up soon? Because after this water, I've got to go tweet.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, just silly. Yeah, that brings me to the next question. If you were to tweet while on the can, what would you tweet?
Let's see.
No rush. Don't let the music rush you.
Yeah, that was a nice intro. Okay.
What would you tweet?
What would I tweet? I'm not doing the Macarena.
Okay. As opposed to updating your status, it's complicated, separated, divorced.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
not
under a lot of pressure.
Under a lot of pressure, right?
not about feeling connected. It's about being bored out of your freaking mind while you sit there.
I'm ready to let go.
You're ready to let go?
Yeah.
Or you're having a hard time letting go? Depending on your state, right?
Yeah, it depends. Depends on the day.
All right. So, all right, let's see here.
You made me feel flushed.
Now, Emily. So you believe the fact that more women post on Facebook than men explains the longer lines in restrooms? Is that right?
Exactly. Well, the wait, definitely.
You got rest of you guys buy that?
No.
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 Okay. Well, what's your explanation of why the wait in the women's room is longer than the men's room? Because I assume the bathrooms are both the same size.
I mean, because they lollygag wherever they go. They take forever to go to the bathroom, take forever to wash their hands, take forever to get out of the car. It takes them 3 hours to get a haircut. How long do you think it takes to get this done? Huh? Women, lollygag.
30 seconds?
Give or take a couple.
Mine, not counting the 15 seconds took to piss off your barber, right?
Including.
Yeah.
Including, yeah.
All right. Okay, let's see here. Issue number 4. Should you rent a man to sit in a traffic jam? In China, motorists stuck in traffic can now hire someone to sit in jams for them. For $60, servers will send a motorcycle with your car sitter, swap you out of your car, and whisk you away to that all-important meeting or date. While your doppelganger suffers through the joyride of a Chinese traffic jam, presumably to take your car to your destination. In a country where traffic jams have been known to last 10 hours and businessmen with important and lucrative meetings to attend, business has been booming and the phone lines are jammed. Of course, the sitters still have to drive your car and eventually park them. I believe we have some footage of that here. Oh, I'm sorry, we got the wrong video. That was a video of women drivers. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Got it wrong. Sorry, that was a video of Asian drivers. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, no, wrong. Got it wrong again. That was actually a video of elderly drivers. Sorry, James. All right, let's see here. Emily, I'm going to start with you. Is this a good idea or the best idea ever?
I think it's a great idea. So the best idea ever.
Okay.
In this economy, when Obama's trying to keep the people employed, I think we should implement it here in the U.S.
What would you name that business here in the U.S.?
Insurance? Triple.
Yeah, see, I probably should. I should pre-script the questions a little bit better. James, good idea or best idea ever?
Best idea ever. I mean, come on, you're sitting in a traffic jam and you're not going anywhere, and you can just dial up somebody to go take your car somewhere. Oh, hey, it doesn't matter if it gets a little dented here and there, but it's all right because you're going to be on time for work.
Okay. Teresa, what do you think?
I think that's the best idea ever. I think I'm going to go start my own motorist rescue
Okay. Now, since
operation.
Emily couldn't think of a name for it, what would you name your business?
It'd have to be like an alliteration. I like alliterations.
Okay.
You want to explain what alliteration is for James, please?
Is that like
He doesn't know what
It's like-
function words
Is
are,
that-
so
is
you
that
know, we're
like
a little
something?
right?
No. I think no. It's when there's like every word begins with the same letter.
Like Jumping James
Yeah.
or Scary
I'm
Scott.
like
best James?
speedy something. That's what I was thinking.
All right, Scott. Now you actually thought of this business concept before the Chinese did, but your concept involved tandem bicycles. Do you think you learned where you went wrong?
Yeah, I bought all those bicycles at a discount, and none of them had seats, so I can say that it was a very painful learning experience for my business. But I will say that I think that this is a good idea, and not because it's going to save any time on traveling. I think it's going to be tremendous for YouTube. So I drive down the road just before the traffic hits, and I make someone really mad, so mad they want to beat me up. I call in for the service. Some guy on a little motorcycle comes out, gets in my car. I take off, go around the corner with the camera, and wait for that guy just pissed off to come and smack that guy down. I'm a YouTube sensation overnight with like 2 million hits.
There you go. Well,
The Chinese are ingenious and invented it. It took an American to make it something dirty and horrible.
just out of curiosity, Scott, do you have an image of yourself on the back of a motorcycle?
Let's not go there.
Okay, first off, I mean, I wouldn't so much get on a motorcycle as I would put it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm a sturdy guy, right?
Okay.
It's nice and sturdy.
Because the sidecar thing wouldn't work either.
I'm the sidecar.
No, it wouldn't work in this concept.
No, I mean, I'm the sidecar.
Oh, okay.
You would have to get another rider. I would be over here, and I would just be the sidecar. I would hold like some wheels.
Okay, but then it wouldn't work. You just get stuck in traffic. You couldn't weave in between cars. First is the tandem bikes, now it's the sidecar. See, this
But the
is why
Chinese,
your
see, maybe
thing don't
so
work.
I would use the breakdown lane. Maybe they don't have breakdown lanes in China.
Yeah, it could be.
I think to reduce the carbon footprint, we'd have to use razors instead.
Oh wow!
Okay, James Ilk is sick and tired of lame teasers before the next break. That's how long it takes for a dead body to decompose in the trunk of your car. Oh, back to me. All right, we're at our fact-checking part of our show. So, Keith, tell us what we got wrong on today's show.
Now, moving on TV, it's very confusing. First of all, I've been following Twitter during the show, and let's say the trending topic, I've got to go tweet, has taken over the world. Additionally, women's restrooms headlines long before the existence of the internet. Jeff and Scott, neither of you need to use the services of a barber. Just spend 30 seconds with a Flowbee attached to your home vacuum cleaner. Back to you, Jim. Functional words aren't words that aren't nouns or verbs. They're words which reference things mentioned earlier in the conversation. You were thinking of things like adjectives and adverbs. To Teresa and Scott, Motorist Rescue and FunctionWords.com are both available on the internet. I expect each of you to have your own businesses up and running by the end of today. Back to you, Jim.
Oh, wow, Keith. Actually, we think we did pretty well on the show then. Okay, so we're going to go with something new here. We're going to go to the discard pile. The first few stories are stories that actually came in after we submitted our stories. So let's see how our panelists react on the fly. Story number 1. Dutch prisoner is too big for his cell. There is a Dutch prisoner named Angelo McD who is petitioning The Hague saying his prison is too small for him, and therefore it would be a violation of his civil rights. Mr. McD is, let's see, let's get his precise size here because we don't want to screw up and make Keith go crazy again. He is 6'9" and 230 kilograms, which I believe is like 470 pounds. And he cannot fit in how big is his cell? 6x9, I think. So, yeah, the question is, when they say the big house, is that do you find that to be misleading?
No, I don't find it misleading. 6x9 mile cell's too small for this guy.
That's-
That guy is so big he should have his own zip code for Christ's sake.
This guy's pushing 5 bills.
Yeah.
Oh my
seriously,
God.
if you're pushing 5 bills, like when you might weigh as much as an engine block of a 1986 Peterbilt semi. Yeah, he needs some distance. He needs to get. What about eating?
Here's a tip: don't do the crime.
Okay.
Well, one of his crime might have been just trying to graze for food on someone else's land, for Christ's sake.
All right. Next story that came in after the deadline is the best way to a man's heart is for a woman to touch his arm. What do you? So you buying this, Teresa?
Yeah, sure. I think they're these little like sensors. They're invisible, but yeah, if you touch them,
Is that the first
goes
place you
straight
touch
to
a
the
man?
heart. Yeah, it's one of the cardinal rules of dating. It's like if you're flirting with someone, you have to be like, "Oh, you're so funny." And, yeah,
Emily, you
it
buying
works
it?
every time.
I don't know if I buy it, but I'm gonna try it.
Okay. Okay, for the fellas, you buy it?
You touch my arm, you
Well, I don't know. Let's see here.
If you touch my arm, you get knocked out.
There you
I'm
go.
serious. You're just gonna get throttled right there. Don't touch my arm. You're
All right.
creepy. What kind of creepy arm toucher are you? What kind of creepy person goes like, it's gonna touch your arm? Who does that?
Me?
Apparently,
That's why you sit. That's why you're the 5 chair, and I'm the 2 chair. You're the 5 chair. I'm the 2 chair because you're creepy.
so I get the fact that women don't flirt with you that often.
Don't touch my arm.
Yep. Well, yep.
I mean, I have a lot of landscape. There's many places in which to touch.
I think
Creepy.
Scott touches his own arm whenever he needs to.
No, Scott. That's when you're giving $5 bills, excluding that.
Oh, well,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
All right.
All right. Next story on the discard pile is want female employees to do better on the job. Ban flirting. Women perform worse when being stared at. So apparently, another one is apparently by merely staring or oogling women, their math scores and their job performance goes down. James, you buying this?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I'm a man. Don't even work on that. You buying it?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I would have to defer to.
I'm not buying it because women love attention.
Okay.
Women love attention. Women love to have attention on themselves. They like to be looked at, but they don't want to looked at like they don't want to be looked at like, oh my god, that guy's really got pictures of me up in his room and he's cutting the eyes out of them. But they like to be looked at and like to be So I think that makes them feel good, and if you feel good, the guy feels good because he's staring at a woman who's pretty. Everyone feels good. So if everyone's feeling good, productivity's gonna go good.
Ladies, you buy this?
I buy that. Being stared at is, as gorgeous as I am, it's still kind of distracting. And yes, it is. And you always have to be worrying like, well, is it me
All right.
or is something between my teeth?
All right. So sorry we ran out of time there, Emily. All right, that's what we have for tonight's show. Thank you for the guests. Thank you the crew. Keith, great job. Everyone, awesome.